Do, 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 do. There we are.
Boom!
Just like
Yeah. Oh god, where's the white paint? Every stream. I found I owned this. It's a giant bottle of white Blicrylic paint. And I tried this out, and it did not work very well. I think if I thinned this with water, and it was fighting me a little bit. I probably, if I thinned it with like a thinning medium, it would have worked better for me. But my titanium white from Liquitex works really, really well with just water. So that's what I've been using.
interesting.
Speaking of, I need to go. It's right behind me. Ugh.
And
Boom.
there we have it.
Good old. This is Liquitex Heavy Body Acrylic Titanium White. I bought it because Ninjon told me to, and it's lovely.
And you buy everything that he tells
I
you to
do
buy.
anything. British Supplicant. Whoa! Take the hun. Nice. Can't. Hello. Yassine Brown. Hello, Governor. Hello, Governor. All right. So yesterday I applied a whole bunch of oil wash to this white Necron, and so now I'm going to go back in with white paint and clean it up.
Flimbo the Dude, whoa, it's Nick and Jay. Haven't seen that in a while. I know. It's not like we stream every single day except for the Lord's Day.
Mm-hmm. We have not taken a day off of streaming. No, we took some off in January.
Yep, 2 weeks.
2
Although,
weeks.
we kind of didn't a little bit because we still streamed on Fridays for the
Yes.
Patreon.
Oh, for those Patreoners.
Patreoners. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we love them just a little bit more. So that's why we do it. And then one day, my dogs got skunked, and so I had to end the stream early to bathe them, which was lots of fun.
Yep.
I guess only one of them got skunked, and the other one was just in the vicinity of skunk. And that moment was saved for all of time.
Yeah, it is. I think it was Primaris Chaplain on Bike, one of those ones. Whichever
Yeah.
one's the shortest one.
Yes!
Is the one that it is. Which is pretty funny.
Kevin Berkland, nice, was able to catch the stream tonight. Woo! Andy Crimson, hi diddly ho, Painterinos.
I get it, but Jay doesn't get it. It's a Simpsons thing.
Mm-hmm. Raymond Birdo, Bundrew, Necrons only serve the four-armed emperor without knowing it. The great sky gods are the only gods. You know, in the Necron book, The Infinite and the Divine, there is a whole chapter about a Necron, or not a Necron, there's a whole chapter about a Gene Stealer cult uprising. And it's pretty cool. There's a great the chapter begins with like a Gene Stealer cult creed that's like one hand, God, it's like one hand pulls the citizens low, one hand reaches from the shadow, and then the third hand like blots out something. I don't remember, but it's really, really cool. I don't know if there's that many books about the Gene Stealer cult, but it's a really, really cool passage.
Mm-hmm.
And
I heard that they're really good in game. So they should probably be more books.
Yeah, the Gene Stealer cult, I think, are on top. They're winning all the GTs, TNTs, PCDs, DVDs. They're winning everything right now. Crushing it.
Cash S, can you show your dogs on camera?
The patrons have seen my dogs because of our channel. Or not the patrons, the Discord folks have seen my dogs because I post occasionally.
If you scroll back just a little bit, I think you'll be able to find them.
Yeah.
Find at least one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe both of them.
Also, everyone should be on the Discord because it's tons of fun.
That's true.
Battle Ready minis, y'all should paint Lord of the Rings minis sometime. Maybe. Eventually I'll probably rewatch those movies, and then I'll be in a Lord of the Ringsy mood, and maybe I'll paint some stuff. We'll see. Not my favorite movies in the world, but I like them.
What? I don't. I'll say that I don't care about them. They're not for me.
I saw all the Hobbits in theaters.
You know how many I saw in theaters?
2?
None of them.
I know a Lord of the Rings super fan, and so I saw most of them with her.
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
she initially loved them, but has since kind of gone back and been like, they're not very good.
Mm-hmm.
They're fine. They're acceptable. They're not that great. They're not like the old Lord of the Rings movies that are pretty darn good, if a bit long, and some of the characters don't matter.
Michael Spitz, the dog, is in the 24-hour 2 losers video.
Ah,
You're right.
That's true.
I think there's a scene where you walk your dogs. I don't know if you walk both or just one. That's kind of hilarious that we probably both forgot about that.
Messiah Sphinx, are you planning to do some 3D print painting? Well, I just did some for the channel. I painted a Wendigo from Lord of the Print, and it turned out really, really, really cool, so you should go watch that video. Other than that, probably. Maybe one day.
Who knows? But you know who probably will know before everyone else? The patrons.
That's right!
Let's just say maybe there's a little teaser coming out soon for some stuff.
Akinokinos, do y'all read the new Kill Team Codex yet? No, because Games Workshop did not send us a copy. Games Workshop, if you're listening, send us a copy. We will shill harder than you've ever seen anyone shill. If you'll send us a copy.
Right. We'll have a link in the description where you can buy the box.
For double the price.
For double the price. Yeah. Get us a link that's double, maybe even triple the price, and we'll push it. We'll make sure we'll do it. Yeah. I mean, it feels like a great deal. I don't know why they're not contacting us. Brett S. Don't start with the Lord of the Rings hate, Nick. Too late.
Mr. Ultimate Gamer 44, is this a regular model or one of the year anniversary models? This is a regular old, you can buy it from Games Workshop, CRYPTEK with cloak thingy.
Yeah.
It's an off-the-rack model. There was 2 limited edition Necron models this year. One was like Old Crooked Man or something like that, who's pretty cool, and you can buy him from Warhammer and store anniversaries. And I might pick up that one, depends if I remember or not. The other one, I didn't love it that much. It was a Necron Overlord with Resurrection Orb, and it was alright. The head was a little weird, but I mean, a head swap is the easiest thing, but I already have a bunch of Overlords. They didn't FOMO hard enough for me to want to get that one. Disco, shill harder. I try. It's hard to shill harder than I've been shilling.
Frozen Throg, you may even change your opinion on the $50 compendium. Oh yeah, if they
absolutely.
If they send us a box, we'll be like $50. It should be $100.
Yeah, what a steal.
It should be $200 just for the book. Look at all of the model photos that I can find online that are in a book.
Games Workshop.
cool.
You know, come on. Let's make this happen.
Mm-hmm.
Our Venmo is EonsOfBattle at... Kevin Birkland, my copy of Hexfire just shipped. Neat! Man, I gotta get a move on with my Grey Knights, or else they won't even exist in 40k anymore.
Mm-hmm. Michael Spitz, I may or may not have rewatched the first 24-hour video today twice. Also, the patrons are so few. Look how you've grown.
Ah.
Oh yeah. I feel like I don't know how many we had in the beginning of the year. Like 10, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It's very wild. I mean, the channel's grown so much.
Yeah.
Insane.
Cheeky Nugs. I think I prefer the term Lord of War over Warlord. Lord of War is a really, really good movie with Nicolas Cage. I liked it a lot more than Dogs of War, which was the same movie but made more recently. That was really, really good. Lord of War. Worth checking out. It's an actually really like Nicolas Cage. He's in some really good movies and some crap. That's a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Scar just writing the script for my next video, and I noticed that I capitalize names even though I read it once and delete it. Weird. You delete it. I've kept every script ever written.
Oh yeah.
I used to go back and look at them a lot. Like I would use a script from a video that did well, and then I would literally copy paste into it. Now I just do it. I just write a script from scratch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you don't even copy the EOB complete text or anything. You just memorize that.
Well, mm-hmm. Yeah, the scripts have definitely gotten a lot easier to write just because I've gotten better at writing over the year. It used to be pulling teeth. Every single word had to be written 3 or 4 times just to get it correctish. Now I can pretty much write what I'm gonna say in like 1 or 2 tries.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like you do something over and over and over every single day, you get okay at it.
Wow. Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Yeah, life hack.
Life hack. Mhm. Life hack. Try really hard for a long time. Every day.
Flipnut Doodad 88. I'm really disturbed. I left work early to go to my local, friendly local game store for Age of Sigmar night to learn. No one showed up. Well, you can't win them all. I know. Today's Wednesday. Wednesday is supposed to be the Legion, Star Wars Legion night at our friendly local game store. So that's what they told me.
Neat. I bet people show up too.
I bet they do.
Not to rub it in. But it seems like every time I've been there, there's been a kind of a lot of people there.
Mm-hmm. Ominous Sphinx. I've been painting Primaris armies for some time. What would be a step up from painting challenge from Primaris Marines? Maybe something Age of Sigmar or something non-Games Workshop, like a 3D print or a Reaper miniature.
Interesting.
Or if you want a really, really cool, not quite Games Workshop model, War Games exclusive has some really cool picks. But yeah, I found that I painted for years and years and years and years only Games Workshop and only like Necrons, Gene Stealers, or Space Marines. But when I started painting random ass stuff, that's when my painting skills really developed.
Mm-hmm.
RPG Archivist. Why the dislikes? Does everybody just hate Necrons? Well, dislike and find out.
And yes, they do. Becca Spitz, are your scripts vegan, non-GMO, non-spell checked? That last one for sure.
I think they're pesticide free. I don't know about vegan. I think they are vegetarian though.
Yeah.
I think they're pescatarian.
Yeah. I would say so too.
Ed Scar, I make 2 videos a week. No idea how you do, what is it, 10, 11 videos a week? It is 11 videos a week.
Yep.
Technically it is 3 videos a week and 10 hours of streaming.
Mm-hmm. A lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag hustle. Hashtag grind.
Yeah. Paint every day. No days off.
Mm-hmm.
Basically the Gary V of painting.
Exactly. No days off. Goodness gracious. Good old Gary V. I haven't heard from him in a while. I'm worried about him. Did he stop hustling and grinding?
Oh no! Andy Crimson, in the wise words of Jake the dog, sucking at something is the first step to being sort of good at something. That is very true. Actually, look at this is a model I was painting right before stream. It's a Legion model, and look, it looks like garbage because it's just base coated. Eventually, it'll look pretty good. Maybe I'll post these to Instagram as a true whip.
True whip.
People get fussy when people's true whips look good. And so I'll post these because they don't look good.
There you go.
Pug in the kitchen tips. Saw my last patient and 14-hour shift finished. Love listening to you guys on the ride home. I'll be working on my armies on parade entry once I'm home. Nice! Drive carefully. 14-hour shift. That must be brutal.
Mm-hmm. No, thank you.
Although I guess if you're driving home, you're on route. You're on the route to the hospital. So if you get into a horrible accident, they'll get you back pretty quick.
Yeah, I guess so. Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Bug in the Kitchen. We really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Ed Scar, I do paint every day.
Nice.
Well, paint every day more. that's what, I'm sure that's what he would say.
Blabity, I test my scripts on animals.
Yep. Makes sense. Kevin Birkland, pescatarian because they are fishy and cheesy.
Yeah, they are. You know, though, after my last bout of food poisoning, I had some... I think I got food poisoning because I didn't wash my hands after cleaning their fridge. Mm-hmm. But I had just eaten some crackers and oysters. And I have not been able to eat meat that you don't cook since then.
Mm-hmm.
I've had to cook all my meats.
So you haven't had any oysters since then?
I have not had any oysters. I've had spam, but I've cooked my spam. I think I could probably do oysters again if I cooked them. I'm pretty sure it was the fridge that made it happen. But, I mean, I was tasting nothing but oysters.
Yeah. Good old oysters. Ah, I remember talking about oysters on stream.
Mm-hmm.
whenever that was.
They're kind of good. They're a little salty and a little fishy. I don't like them as much as sardines and anchovies. I really like sardines and anchovies, especially like on pizza.
Exactly.
Captain Fun Time. What's the best way to start an army? I want to start collecting, but I don't know where to start. There's a lot of different ways. If you really like Space Marines or Necrons, then you're in a really good spot because the start collecting Warhammer 40,000s feature Space Marines and Necrons. But if you don't like Necrons or Space Marines, I would say don't get those and instead get some models. I would say probably... God, it's so hard to get into 40k. I'd probably say just buy a box of something. I would not, because if you watch like videos and stuff, they usually tell you to do like a start collecting or a patrol detachment, but I feel like that's a little bit wrong, because from the perspective of someone making those videos, they're already in. They know they like it. But from someone who might not know they like this yet, I feel like you wanna dip your toe. And so I think you just get a little box of something, you paint it up, you pirate the rules online, or you get a friend who knows the rules, and you play some just real basic games of trying to kill stuff on the kitchen table. And then maybe if you're like, no, I like this is cool, then you go for the patrol detachment or the start collecting or the battle boxes.
Mm-hmm. And I guess it also depends, because this person said, I want to start collecting, but I don't know where to start. Just collecting or playing the game?
That's true.
So
that's true.
That's also two different things. Because if it's just collecting, you just go to the local game store or Warhammer store if you have one of those, and just pick up a box of something that seems neat. And you don't have to worry about anything. But I would say that if you want to play, it's always helpful to have a friend.
Oh yeah.
You can probably find someone local, but you don't. I feel like it's just a lot easier if you already have a friend involved. A guaranteed playmate, as they say.
Michael Spitz, Jay, do you paint Sundays? And if so, what sorts of things? I don't know what I do on Sundays.
Babes.
Usually on Sundays I'm working on videos. So I'm painting whatever you see in the videos.
Mm-hmm.
Ed Scar, do you think... I don't think I've ever eaten oysters. I've only had oysters from cans. Or from tins.
Yeah. So really...
Gourmet.
High class. Mm-hmm.
$1 from that...
Yeah.
From a dusty shelf in the grocery store.
Right. And I would say that's probably like one step below caviar, right?
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm. Brett S., remind me to never go to Jay's house for pizza night. I
make a mean pizza.
Funny. I feel like I don't think I've ever been around. No, I mean I've seen you eat whatever it's called, but anchovies.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think you've ever ordered an anchovy pizza.
You can't. No place carries anchovies because people don't like them.
Yeah, because they're correct. I think I had them a while ago. I think they're fine. I don't have a problem with them either.
Yeah, I mean they're just salty and fishy.
Yeah. Just like a lot of people in our comment section. Captain Fun Time, I just love the idea of orcs. Get orcs.
Yeah.
If you like them, get them.
Get a box of boys, or I guess maybe the new boys, but they're not out yet.
Yeah, maybe wait.
Get my favorite unit, I think, which is the Orc Meganobs. They're really cool.
Meganob's really cool. They're also pricey, I think.
That's true. Don't get the Orc Meganobs.
Are they $60?
They're probably well, they might be 70. That's what the Space Marine Centurions cost. And I feel like they're kind of the Orc Centurions.
Everything's sold out online. They are $63.
$63.
And just no longer available online.
You know what's a good kit? The Knobs. Just 5 good orcs in a grot.
Yeah.
And I have a video on how to put them together.
And how much are those? Are those $34? I feel like I remember,
pick them up.
I swear to God they were cheaper.
Oh yeah, everything was cheaper.
Weren't they $25 or something?
They might have been.
I don't.
If I ran Games Workshop and I didn't want to make a lot of money, I would make like those sort of units, like the upgrade units, like $25-$30. Seems like right now they're pushing for $60. Nah, that's a little much.
Yeah. Well, at least the compendium's only $50. I'm still bothered by it.
Disco. Jay said the P word. Penis?
I don't know if I remember that. But, yeah. I have to roll back and see if you said penis.
USA Libertarian watched some fan animations that... oh, never mind. A lot of them are still online. One of my favorites is a animation called Centurion, which is like a 2-minute animation. It's adorable, and I really love it. I also love the Centurions. They're one of my favorite units in 40k.
What a shell.
I
Only
know.
shells think that those are good.
I mean, it's going to be in a video series soon.
Mm-hmm.
But God, that must be one of the most complicated kits Games Workshop has ever made. It's hundreds and hundreds of parts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I remember you showed me that animation. It's really good.
Mm-hmm. And it's still up by the original publisher.
Wow. Imagine that. It's almost like they only changed a thing on their website, then everyone freaked out.
Yeah. And then certain channels made it a big deal and got everyone upset.
Mm-hmm. And then after like a couple days, everyone gave up.
Yep.
And bought more shit.
What, I mean, are people not going to buy a Beast Snagga's box? I mean, come on, what are we doing here?
Right. Exactly. Oh, goodness gracious. Jasuchin Farron. When I worked at Papa John's, the anchovies were almost literally kept in hazmat containment compared to the other toppings.
Good.
That's really funny.
I know. I was at a pizza place in Milwaukee, and I asked for anchovies, and they didn't even know like what I was talking about.
What pizza place?
The Blaze.
Oh yeah, they don't know.
You're like, do you want vegan cheese? No, that's not what an anchovy is.
Yeah. Was it good at all? Was Blaze good at all?
I mean, some people claim that the earthen oven added something.
No.
Or stone baked. It's nothing. It's the same.
Mm-hmm.
It was fine. It was, how badly can you screw a pizza? It was fine.
But worse than Sal's?
No, Sal's was awesome compared to them.
So, yeah, Sal's is probably at the top. We had we had did you what's the other place? Lucky Bet. What's the other pizza place that everybody gets pizza from that I don't remember?
I mean, technically it was Little Caesars, but don't get Little Caesars in Milwaukee. God, it was awful.
No. There's another one. It's like a little bit downtown.
Oh yeah.
It's near Kenilworth. What's Eons, I think.
Yeah.
Did you ever? I think we had Eons once.
I think we had it early when we moved there, and it's fine.
Yeah, it's
just whatever.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Sal's is pretty good.
Atreus Bolt. Turns out a Grelin Earth is not a dope shade for brown for your models. I think a Grelin Earth is the texture paste from Games Workshop. Arch at Shernar. I've got an entire Death Guard army to paint on commission. Any motivation, bro? Boy, commission is hard. It's really, really hard. Maybe paint a couple of minis, get a feel for it, and then take the excitement of finishing a couple of things and see if that can snowball into excitement for painting more things. I painted it in a big old Eldar army on commission, and that sucked because I wanted to paint my own things, and I was spending weeks and weeks painting this thousands and thousands of points of Eldar that I didn't care about in a color I didn't care about.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, commission is tough.
Throw out all the minis.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Then you don't have to do anything. And then just say your dog ate them or something.
Commander Cade.
Michael Spitz. Michael Spitz, how can you eat anywhere besides the hot dog Ito place, you sick people?
Oh god, Bel Air sucks.
Yep.
Commander Cade. Nick J, I drove my parents' old minivan for the first time today. Since I'll have my full license in October, I'll be driving the minivan to school. Sweet! I learned to drive on a 1998 Dodge Grand Caravan, and it was a boat, and it was a wonderful vehicle.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that
You know what though?
works.
You know, if you're worried about being lame because you have a minivan, you're gonna be the hero because you're gonna be able to drive 8 people at a time places.
Exactly. Very, very true. Exactly. Or I mean, or you want a really sporty car, so you don't have to drive anyone around. Either
That's
way.
true.
Yeah.
Atreus Balt, Centurions got screwed so hard, but the kit is so darn cool. I love the Centurions. I have no idea how they're doing in terms of rules, but everything changes so much. If they're bad today, they're going to be good tomorrow. But I love them. And there's the 2 flavors. You got your Assault Centurions and your Devastator Centurions. I just love those models. I have 3 built, and I'm planning on... I have another 3. I actually bought them for myself as a graduation present because they're so goddamn expensive. But I'm planning on showing them off to the world in a video where I'm like, Centurions, the most hated unit in 40k made good. Because I did do some subtle conversions to perfect them. Because I do think that they lack a certain something if you paint them up exactly like the instructions tell you to.
Chicken Nugs and Catatonics Unleashed. Lumalnati's. Lumalnati's is good, but they don't have them in Milwaukee. Yeah, Lumalnati's is great, but you don't like deep dish though, do you?
I don't mind deep dish.
Okay.
I like a good
Because
deep dish.
that's their thing.
Usually I don't
understand.
want to get deep dish because it's gonna take an hour and a half.
Yeah. Very true. Got to order it ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
Got to plan just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. If you get a thin crust, it's ready in 2.5 minutes.
Exactly.
And usually I go to places hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Rajmon HW, start airbrushing. Hard to get going sometimes, but you get to put one foot in front of the other. You know, the other day I made myself proud. I used my airbrush and then I cleaned it before putting it away.
What?
It's like the first time ever.
Wow. Insane.
Atreus Balt. Pizza's Pizza, the idea of paying $35 for a large makes me want to club baby seals.
Yep.
Remember when we were little boys living in Milwaukee going to college and we would get oven pizzas because we didn't know how to cook anything? Mm-hmm. We'd get a whole stack of them and then they'd be gone on we'd get them on Monday and they'd be gone by Wednesday.
Yep. Exactly. I mean, we would destroy them.
Yeah. I mean, one each every day.
Yeah, exactly. But then you get a crock pot going. You get you find some recipes and then you really get some stuff going.
God, though, I remember one of the worst days of my life. I was making some pulled chicken, crock pot slow cooked pulled chicken. And I ran out the door that morning, and I forgot to unplug the crock pot. And I came back, and the chicken was so dry, and I still ate it. Because it was so much chicken. But, it was pretty nasty. I had to sauce it so hard. And it didn't make it good, it just made it edible.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tricky beast.
Mm-hmm.
Man, is that hilarious.
Commander Cade, minivan is better than a Prius. I mean, I feel like it's two very different vehicles.
It is,
but they're serving two different purposes.
Yep. Yeah, Priuses are for losers.
I remember when we first got a minivan when I was a little kid. I remember it was pretty cool. Because our other car, it was a more modern car, 1998, than our other vehicles, and it had cool things, like it had lights that would turn on that were in the cabin of the car, you know those lights where you press them and they turn on.
Yeah. Yep.
I remember me and my little sister would play in the car, and we would turn on the lights and stuff and press all the buttons.
And then your mom and dad would yell at you. Amazing. Brian Rotzog, fuck the man. I like the video.
Ah, oh no!
How dare you?
Our dislikes will be ruined.
You're ruining everything.
The dislikes are the only thing keeping us afloat.
Mm-hmm.
Head Scar, I learned to ride on a Honda 125.
Amazing.
Commander Cade, minivan superiority.
Amazing. I learned how to drive with my mom's 1996 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Rest in peace. That car's gone.
Lucky Bat. If you're the caravan, you can gouge people for gas. Yeah, you're like, okay, everyone in this car, I'm gonna need $10 for gas. No questions.
We only went to the store. It's only half a mile away. Yeah, $10. It's a gas guzzler.
Michael Spitz, I love the Centurion models, but I can't afford them. I need infantry before cool things. I can understand that. I got Centurions after I already had like 8,000 points of Space Marines. Dancing of Doom, you saying you got Centurions as a gift for yourself is making me consider getting a Warlord or Warbringer Titan as a gift for myself, as I'm getting a job at Amazon. Well, that would be about 8 times more expensive, but go for it if that's your dealio, and you can responsibly afford it. Maybe. You say Libertarian. Order a new airbrush from Amazon and throw the dirty one out. It's faster.
I agree. Way, way better.
Andy Crimson, I clean my airbrush after every use, and I sure as heck clean my airbrush every time it gets used. I know. Usually I have a bad habit of I'll just rinse the airbrush and put it away. But I think my gaskets are starting to go in my Badger Patriot 105, and so paint will go back into the mechanism, and then it'll gunk up the needle, and then I have to disassemble it and clean it. So what I need is a new gasket set for my Patriot.
Hunter of Ajax stuffs oven pizza in a crock pot. Pizza ready.
Skybar Production, should I get a Mars Pro 2 or a Saturn 3D printer? I think you should get a 3D printer.
I mean, it depends on how much money you want to spend.
I recently watched a video of somebody showing off, I think, 3 different Elegoo Marses. 2 of them were normal and 1 of them was a 4K, and all the prints look exactly the same.
Yep. And it could be how many prints did they do? Like how many different prints? They did
the same models. They printed them at 3 different scales each. Like a squad of infantry.
Ah, interesting. So it was a couple different poses in there.
Yeah, it was like orcs, but like World of Warcraft orcs, not 40k orcs.
Because I always wonder if sometimes people pick models that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Which one you use.
Yeah, and that could have been it.
Who knows? But because I would be trying things that are like more flat. I'd be trying things that are more organic, just to see if there's any difference whatsoever.
That's true.
And
yeah,
also,
they were very average.
And also, I feel like it matters even more what settings you use. I would probably say you go with the cheaper one, and then if you get really good at it, you really like doing it because it's a pain in the ass, even though people say it's not, then maybe you get the more expensive one.
Growls 129. Hey Jay, have you been listening to the Adeptus Ridiculous podcast? I have. I'm 8 episodes in. I really love it. It's a really good show.
Michael Spitz, I've got a 2007 Jetta with 300,000 miles on it. Bring it on. Please.
God, 2003 and it's got 300,000 miles? That's
2007.
Or 2007. Still, that's insanity.
Yeah, that's even crazier.
Like you expect, I've got a 1986 with 300,000. No, 2007.
Yeah, my car is a 2002 and it has maybe 120 or 130 miles.
Mm-hmm. I think mine's like a 2012 and it's about to hit 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
USA Libertarian, do you use lube for your airbrush? This is a really important point, I think, actually. So, Casey from eBay Miniature Rescue told me to buy gun lube for my airbrush. Put that in, and it ruined it. It might have been user error. It could have been. But I put it into my airbrush, and the oil got into the gaskets that live in the middle of the airbrush that keep the paint from the pots from getting into the mechanism, and the oil got into those gaskets and made them swell. So I don't think you need to oil your airbrush. I think you just keep it clean.
Yeah, Casey. And we're suing him too, right?
It could be different brands, and it could be, yeah, I don't think your airbrush needs oil. Spitz, my dad's job involved a crap ton of driving. It sounds like it.
Yeah.
Commander Kate. Yeah, sue Casey. I will. For the $6 gasket set.
Done.
Yeah, have our lawyer draw up the plans for the lawsuit.
Okay, on it.
Yeah, our Eons of Lawyer.
Eons of Lawyer. Amazing.
Michael Spitz, but you know what does need oil? Eons of Battle. You can oil that machine for only $3 a month.
Hell yeah. Michael Spitz, because I'm a slow painter, I feel like I wouldn't need a 3D printer, and I can get away with painting my Indominus and Dominion for the next year with a Combat Patrol thrown in. Oh yeah.
Hunter of Ajax, gun oil is for moving parts and also helps protect things in long-term storage. It usually shouldn't touch rubber gaskets, although it's interesting, it sucked them up. Yeah, I put it on the trigger, and it did help the trigger be a little smooth, but I feel like the trigger's already smooth, and it made its way into the gaskets, and they're not rubber gaskets, I think they're phenolic plastic, but it did something to them, because ever since then I've been having nothing but problems. Reinforcement minis. Jay, the new Primaris captain, has a rock. Boy, does he.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think everybody complaining about the rock. I think the thing about the rocks is how many of the hero on a rock minis are you gonna buy? 1, 2? Like, it might seem a little ridiculous that every single captain is on a rock, but you're only gonna have 1.
Yeah.
So it might feel like, oh my god, every single mini in the world, but if it's just the one guy in your army up on a rock, it's not really going to matter.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think they should make everything on a rock.
House on the Rock. like that place in Wisconsin.
Exactly. Everyone knows House on the Rock, right?
Everyone. It's universal. It's everybody from every place knows about House on the Rock.
Exactly. Brian Rotzog, you know what does need to be lubed? our wallets right after Games Workshop empties them.
Yeah.
Flimbo the Dude, you guys should make a farming channel called Eons of Cattle.
Yeah. Growls 129. They should make a Land Raider on a rock. They should.
Yeah.
Mr. Green, hey guys, love your show. Do you know any good 28mm skulls for basing? Want to recreate the Terminator look for my Necrons. 40k points worth, so I'll need a lot of skulls. Honestly, I think the Games Workshop Skulls box is the best box for skulls out there. I bought a bunch of resin skulls from Green Stuff World, and they're okay, but the casting is not perfect, and there's a lot of flashing. It's a little pricey, but you get like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of plastic skulls that you can glue on with plastic glue. I think the Games Workshop Skulls box is the best thing out there.
It is $30.
$30. That's a lot. That's pricey. Maybe you can get it from a friendly local game store for 50% off.
Ah, yeah.
But it's solid. It's a really solid box. I use them constantly, and I have not run out. And they have orc skulls, Tau skulls, Kroot skulls, a couple of different special skulls, like dragons and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's a really cool box. Andy Crimson, how about a video on different spray cans called Eons of Rattle?
I like it. Andy Crimson, perhaps a side venture on whistleblowing in the mini community called Eons of Tattle.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna make sure we get these names, these usernames.
Mm-hmm.
Skull. They should have called it Skulls for the Skull Box.
They should have. What are they
Instead
just called? Skull Box.
It's called Citadel Skulls.
Citadel Skulls.
Which is a fine name, but it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
They have a basing materials collection where you get the, like plants and stuff too.
Yeah, I feel like those aren't as good.
Nope. But you can get them all for not a deal at $90.
Yeah.
30 bucks a box.
I think the skulls box is kind of worth it. I mean, it's the only place I think you're going to get plastic skulls. Because there's something kind of awesome about being able to use plastic glue to stick them down.
Exactly.
Reinforcement minis. 2 dudes on a boat. Eons of Paddle.
Ah.
M3 Sis. Courier services using only horse. Drawn carriage. Eons of Saddle.
Mm-hmm.
Angie W. What about a bag review channel? Eons of Satchel.
Oh my goodness.
You say Libertarian. A show about silly show names called Eons of Prattle.
All right, people are just using a thesaurus now.
They are.
To figure this out.
Growls 129. Also, Jay, do you watch Corridor Crew? I do watch Corridor Crew. I really like them. They're fun guys. They're fun. They do fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. I remember way back in the day, like 2010, 2011, the Corridor Digital was doing a little like a contest or whatever, and they gave you asset packs. And then you would take those and put them into like After Effects or Premiere, and then you would make a video out of them. And I did it, and I did a horrible job, and I think my video got really downvoted. But you know, I was 13 or 14, so that makes sense. And that video exists somewhere with raw footage. I didn't win.
No?
Just so you guys know.
It was rigged.
Yeah, because that was back in the day, I don't know if you remember this, where you could, so someone would upload a YouTube video, and you could reply to the YouTube video with a YouTube video.
Ah.
And so that's how they were doing it. And so you could look through the replies, and then you could, watch them and downvote them. And mine got downvoted because it sucked. And that's why I cry myself to sleep every night.
I know they still sort of do challenges like that. I think they recently had a thing, or one of the crew did a thing where they built like a perpetual motion animation where a marble is falling through different scenes, and they built like this giant tower full of rooms, and they gave the rooms out to a whole bunch of different animators, and everybody came up with zombie rooms or dragon rooms or Rube Goldberg rooms. And you can watch, and it's a loop, and you can just watch it.
Neat. So do they pick the people?
I don't remember how it works. I think it was open to everyone, and then they closed it after so many applicants.
Interesting. But yep, I remember that.
And GW, why are orcs so much fun to party with? I feel like they wouldn't be fun to party with. Because they're fun guys. I get it.
Boop boop. That's me leaving. That's the sound of me leaving. Brian Rutzog. Buy minis on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist and call it Eons of Haggle.
Archer, what's your dream Suicide Squad? I think Suicide Squad was a pretty god-awful movie. It'd be really, really cool if they did it again, though, with like a really cool director like James Gunn, who could do like a really, really cool character movie. That would be epic. I don't think they're gonna do it, but that would be really cool.
Jeez, I mean, we're gonna have to find time, maybe with Amanda to watch it.
That would really bring it full circle.
Yep, because we watched the first one with our friend Amanda, and so we really need to watch it with her as well. Michael Spitz, Eons of Gaggle, EOB meeting groups of gamers. Flimbo the Dude, don't Orc Stompas run on a Windows Vista?
I think they do.
I'm much more of an XP man myself, though.
I'm more of a Windows 98.
Ooh, damn. I have a laptop from way back when. That's a Windows 95.
Ooh.
My dad, they were obviously upgrading computers, but you know, I don't know, probably to Windows XP computers. My dad took it from work because they didn't need them. It's either you take it or they're gonna throw it out. And he took it, and I remember he came home with it and he reset it for me, and I had a little computer as a kid. It was garbage, but because it could only play it could only play a couple of games that I wanted. It couldn't play everything, but it was great. And I spent all my time on MS Paint. Tons of crappy artwork on that computer.
Rajman HW, Iwata HP CS is the only airbrush for me. I got 2. Ooh, interesting. I have a Badger Patriot 105 that I use for like 80% of my airbrushing, and then I have a Harder and Steinbeck Infinity that I use for really fine highlights and details.
The Boner Jams 03. Don't forget the pinball game and Minesweeper and Solitaire. Oh yeah. I don't think it had are you thinking of the Space Cadets pinball game? Because I don't think that computer had it, but the XP computers did for sure. And that was always a fun game. It's a little weird that they come with games to waste your time.
I mean, I think we know from experience from the channel that no one is doing any work. That's
true. It's very true. We get a lot of comments about, I laughed out loud while I was watching this video at work. That's pretty fun. Although I guess now, a lot of people work from home.
That's true.
So Might as well.
Archarnar, I only asked because you've been layering white on the same shoulder for 10 minutes. It is very slightly changing. I'm doing some high quality highlights.
High quality.
I'm really getting everything exactly how I want it. White is a tricky color. And this is an HQ, so I want them to look really good.
Benjamin Reynolds. Ha. As if Minesweeper is a waste of time. I was training clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I remember my grandma had a Windows XP computer, and what I would do with my cousins is we'd play Space Cadet Pinball, and we would rotate. And so one person would be left, one person would be right, and we would yell at the person that wouldn't make it. You know, that wouldn't hit it in time.
Mm-hmm.
You could also shake the with a different key. You could shake the machine in the computer, which is pretty funny. And then sometimes you'll lose because of that. Because if you shake it too much, it's bad. Remember, we would do that all the time.
I know. Me and my cousin, we would play with Tinker Toys like it was the 1950s.
Amazing.
We had recently updated from the Lincoln Logs.
Ah, good old-fashioned Lincoln Logs. I had Lincoln Logs. It's hard. It's kind of hard to build cool stuff out of them.
Yeah, you can kind of only build a log cabin.
Yeah, pretty much. Burnouts, I remember bringing my copy of Doom for PC to install on all family members' computers when I would visit. My granddad ended up loving Doom and would play with me before he passed. I remember with my grandfather, he loved Wolfenstein. And so I remember, because he passed away when I was really young, but I remember like him showing me that game when I was like 4 or 5 years old, because he loved that game so much. That and Red Alert, which I love Red Alert. Red Alert's one of my faves.
I know, one of my nostalgia games is Star Wars, not Empire, or Star Wars Galactic Conquest.
Galactic Battlegrounds?
Galactic Battlegrounds, yeah, Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, which is just a Red Alert clone.
Mm-hmm.
Really fun game. I mean, they worked surprisingly hard on those old games. They have a lot of features that new games don't have.
Yes. Yeah. It's very interesting.
I mean, that's a game from like 2001, and it has a sandbox that you can, like a map editor.
Are you saying that the older games have more soul?
I think they do.
Yeah. It is very interesting.
I know. Me and my friends, we would make crappy levels for each other.
Mm-hmm.
with the map editor.
Yeah, I used to do that with my dad in Red Alert. I'd make the weirdest maps that wouldn't make any sense, and we would join multiplayer and try it out.
I know there was we would make stuff like you have to get 10,000 carbon mineral, and then there was a thing called like kill player, and it was you just set it somewhere on the map, and I would set them everywhere, so randomly you'd be walking and you just die.
That is pretty good. Speaking of pretty good,
yeah,
it is exactly 10 o'clock.
It is.
So, we had a video out on Monday. We had a video out today. And if you haven't watched that video, I don't know what the hell you're doing here.
Honestly,
Make sure you go
everyone
watch it.
who's watching the stream should have already watched the Monday and the Wednesday video. twice at least.
Yeah, exactly. And if you haven't, I mean, you're gonna have to do that right as the stream ends.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll be back with another live stream at 9 p.m. Central tomorrow. And don't you forget that on Friday, after our normal stream, we do a Patreon-only stream. So join the Patreon for that.
Yeah.
It's a hobby hangout. You can actually call in and talk with us with your human voice, with our human voices. It's very fun.
All right, everybody. Good night.